Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Urban88 bringing you guys a product today from Strike Industries. It is their Reflex exoskeleton protective mount. It's a mount for a red dot, so you can be able to mount it onto a Picatinny rail. Everything you need is in this box that comes with it. You have your brace itself, which the red dot will fit down inside of. And then it also has all the screws that you would need in order to mount this to a firearm. And here's your base plate, which then would mount onto a Picatinny rail, and you just tighten it down with this set screw on the side. This here, you can use it for a lot of different type of models. You can use it for your Vortex, your Loophole, your Trichicon, Burris if you have that. Everything is included into this package. It even has a little instruction manual. I'm going to go ahead and break it down nice and easy without even reading this. The different parts that comes with it, you have your different set ones. Obviously I have a Trichicon RMR 06, so every one that's marked on here will have what screws you should use for your set red dot. Here's mine, Trichicon RMR, so I'll go ahead and use this one here. And then I'll pull out the Allen key in order to tighten these down. It also comes with these little pins in here as well. They're called post pins. In order for your post pins, a lot of times on the bottom of a red dot, you'll have your post pins, just like if you were to mount it onto a pistol. You need these post pins in order to mount this securely enough to this mount. If you don't have it on there, you could end up risking the chance of it sliding around too much. It wouldn't make a huge difference, but it comes with it. Utilize it. So go ahead, and I have large post pins for my RMR, so I'm going to go ahead and use those. So I'm already go ahead and have these separated. I've already installed this once just to make sure I got the full grasp of it. Very simple in order to install. And getting into a plastic bag takes most of the time. There. So I got my 2 screws that will go through the RMR itself, through this plate, and then through your base plate, which would end up mounting onto your rifle. Then you also have, these are the large pins in order for my Trichicon. So with the base pins here, this will be the first step, is you take your plate or your mount, and take these pins and insert them into the corresponding holes that they need to go into. Obviously the larger holes for larger pins, smaller holes for the smaller pins. And once you get your pin started, it will depress all the way down until it's completely flush. So I got 1 pin on this side, and I'll just do the vice versa onto the other side. Just like so. I got my 2 pins set up inside there. Make sure that they're fully flushed down inside. After that, I can go ahead and take my Trichicon RMR 06. It doesn't go in this way. You would either have to slide it in sideways, or back to front, or front to back. Once you get it in, you mount up the 2 holes that I showed you earlier with the 2 pins. Just like so. And it's flush. The pins will stick out a little bit here in order for it to catch on your base plate here. And you can see on your base plate that obviously if you have the small pins, it would be the small holes. The larger pins will fit in the larger holes. So the easiest way I found out how to do it is to keep your red dot completely depressed, and then mount it, your 2 front pins up first. Just like that. Once you get all these lined up perfectly, you can see down inside here, this is where you would drop your 2 screws, just like how you would before if you were to mount it onto a pistol. And this RMR is off my Glock 19 Gen 4 MOS. So line up your hex key, go ahead and tighten down a little bit on one side. Don't want to over tighten them. There is no Loctite on these, so it'd be a little bit easier to get in and out. Line up your Allen key again, and it starts to thread. Then if you run this red dot, if you run a red dot on your AR-15, if you're using it for backup sights, you can put it for a side angle mount. If you're running it that way, if you're running the scope primarily and you want to run this as a backup, I mean, you won't have to worry about with this exoskeleton protector on there, because this is all metal. I mean, you can drop this right now. You might lose a little bit of VZO. I highly doubt it, especially with RMR. RMR really, really rugged. I mean, this thing is completely covered, 360 degrees. I'm not going to ding up my RMR by bashing it up against a tree, bashing it at the range if I were to drop it. I mean, this thing is completely durable. You can see when it's finished, it sits in there real nice and flush. I mean, I can stick the box here and you can still see how much coverage I have if I were to set my weapon up on the optic. I mean, it's flush all the way around. Especially with the RMR, I still have options to go to my controls. I can go down, I can go up if I need to, and the buttons are really, easy to get to. This product's from Strike Industries. This is how you mount it onto a RMR 06 from Trijicon. Go check them out, guys. It's definitely a rugged piece of gear if you're into CQB, if you're out using this as a secondary backup sites, or even primary backup or primary sites. I mean, I'm not going to ding this up at all. With a high dollar piece of red dot that I do have into this, and you invest the money, invest the time, sighting this in, and you don't want to ding it up. I mean, this RMR is my baby when it comes down to shooting, and I know for a fact I'm not going to ding this up if it's in this exoskeleton from Strike Industries. If you guys like my videos, please subscribe. You guys are the sole reason I do these videos. If you like them, have any comments on them, go ahead and do so. This is Strike Industries Reflex Exoskeleton Protective Mount. Go check them out, guys. This is Zermore 88. Thanks for watching.